Of course, this is the Law Factor Live, and tonight we're talking about, well, we started saying little white lies, but they're all over the place now. The little ones, they're huge ones, fabrications of the truth. Jamila, what's your thoughts so far?
Okay, just something that we can discuss. I remember Andre Young, who was the U.S. ambassador to the UN during the time of Jimmy Carter, and he said, "I may not always tell the truth, but I never lie." And I have adopted that. What do you think about that?
It's a cop-out.
And I do like this bag, actually.
And you know what? I know that that's not a lie, because I mean, how could you not like this gorgeous bag? It's from, of course, it's from Sea Island Cotton Shop.
Right. It's really
as my dress and my accessories. And I chose the green on purpose tonight. Why would you think I'd choose my green? My green accessories. I love this bag.
Green.
Green. What's green the color for?
Envy.
Envy. Yeah. And the people, they tell lies when they're jealous of people. I think
you look beautiful.
And that is not a lie.
No, but it's true. Sometimes people tell you something that's not nice because they're jealous of you, or they say all kinds of things because they don't want you to feel good about yourself.
They tell white lies or big black lies because they don't like you, or they see. Yeah, so it's true.
You know, when you said that, it reminded me of the film Malcolm X. You know, the film with Denzel Washington. Spike Lee directed it. And there was a scene in the film when I think that he's in prison. Malcolm X is in, Malcolm Little, I think he was called then, was in prison. And they showed him the dictionary. And they said white, and white was pure and clean and blah, blah, blah. And black was bad and whatever. And when you said, you know, little white lies, big black lies, we have to be so careful with what colors mean, as my green necklace from Sea Island Cotton Shop suggests. You know, people attach different, you know, colors and different meanings and so on.
I've sort of redefined black. I've kind of said my black is beautiful. That's an anthem I go by these days.
Good for you. Yes. Good for you. And talking about films, there's another film, Liar Liar. I watched this recently.
Oh gosh.
What a funny film that is, Liar Liar. But every film has a message. And people see it as a comedy, but of course, people who watch that film will know that the underlying message on that was this man who was always so busy, didn't spend any time with his son, so the son had a birthday wish and said, "I don't want my dad to lie for one day." And the dad's profession was, he was a solicitor, wasn't he?
Yes.
And he was,
so that must have been easy.
And this man found it very hard to tell a lie, you know. But ultimately, it made him see that telling untruths was preventing him from having a proper and decent family life. So that was the kind of motto of the story, and I remembered that. But let's go through. We're going to open the telephone lines in a second if you want to make a comment, or if you want to give your own definition of lies and why you think sometimes it's the right thing to say them or the wrong thing to say them. And some of your comments here, someone says, people lied with my bald head. People lied to me and said that I looked good, but I needed those lies as I was not in a strong enough position to handle the truth.
Oh.
Fair enough. I can see that as a situation where people take things for granted. Well, let's go to the telephone line. Thank you for calling to Law Factor Live. Welcome.
Hello. I want to talk about that line. I feel that we all lie because of how the system brought us up. Because if you have to speak the truth, you will get hurt, and that's how the system brought us up. If they had forgiveness, we would not be lying. And just think of what I'm telling you. If they had forgiveness to people, like on what you're doing, you would forgive. You would not be lying. It's just because every time you speak the truth, you would get hurt, and that's how the system taught us. But that's it.
But do you agree that every time that it's just? But do you believe?
And again, I feel to myself, I heard you talking about black lie and lie. There is, to me, my opinion, there is nothing like that. A lie is just a lie.
Okay.
That's fair enough. Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. A lie is a lie. Whatever color you want to put on it, whether it's a small one or big one, a lie is a lie. But you know, sometimes telling a lie can maybe open up to the truth. Have you ever thought of it that way? If you're in a relationship with someone and you tell a lie and that person says, oh, come on, you've been saying that for so long, I really think that you're not telling me the truth. If you tell me the truth, we can work on this.
So do you really like me, Delia?
I had no choice. The producer said, "Don't put this man on the set." No, but I think in some situations, a lie perhaps can turn itself into something positive. Can you not see that? Or am I in my own world?
Well, I think that the starting point is we're discussing lies, but what I think we have to keep in mind is that the world and our society essentially operates on truth. Because we would have a hell of a time if I came onto your show, I told you a lie, I didn't tell you my name, I didn't give you the correct identity. So if we went around lying as a habit, society couldn't function.
Well, we've been functioning so far.
and we're functioning
Yes.
because lying is actually an aberration.
That's another.
But let me ask you, we see on TV and we see magicians and they have all of these tricks and so on that they do, and they make people believe that it's actually that they're whatever they're doing is magic, but essentially it's not.
That's called entertainment.
Yes, but is deceiving the audience a form of lying?
Well, if someone made you disappear, but I know that you're really there, am I really
Right.
being deceived? I might be entertained, but I'm not really being deceived.
Yeah, that's what I think. I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
entertainment. It's not a lie because
Yeah.
you're there and you know that
Yeah.
they're going to show you some, things you can't explain.
But some people actually believe what is happening on stage.
Okay, I can understand that.
Right.
But let me tell you one of the biggest lies that we're all guilty. All guilty. When we tell
Not
our
me.
oh, we'll see about that. When we tell our children about Santa Claus and the tooth, I hope the children aren't awake.
tooth
The
fairy.
children should not be awake at this time. Santa Claus and the tooth fairy. Now, isn't that a lie?
Yeah, but I like that lie. When I was growing up, I loved that lie.
I wouldn't call it
because-
a lie. I would call it a myth.
It's a myth. It's a myth, but I'm sure you put in the money under the pillow. It's a myth. Look, I mean, what is it though? What is that? So that's not a lie. Like we said, the magician is
But
entertainment.
people have the different cultures, Delia.
Yeah.
The same way some people will tell you there is no Jesus Christ, and some others will tell you that there is. So I think
That's faith. That's not a lie.
But you see, if my mother was on this show, she would tell you, look, it's very simple. Satan is responsible for all the lies in this world,
right.
and there are no lies with God. And that would be my mother's explanation.
Let's go back to the phone line. Hello, welcome to The Law Factor Live.
Hi, Julia. It's Angus again.
Hi, Angus.
Just a very quick one. Something I forgot to mention. Little white lies are often the genesis of much bigger things because we have to construct other little white lies to cover the first white lie. So it often changes
Yes.
into something else.
Yes.
That was it. Ciao, bye.
Thank
Have a good
you.
evening.
Yeah, that's true. The little
It's
white
true.
lies, they just build.
It's true.
But sometimes we can tell so many little white lies that after a while, we start thinking it's the truth.
Yes.
It's true.
Because especially if it's something that's over the years, you build on that. It's a fact that you can start believing. Or sometimes you even forget what the truth actually was because you've started believing in this lie. But anyway, let's go back to some of the other comments, and feel free to give us a call if you'd like to share your thoughts. Comments here, yes, I have lied. However, my conscience doesn't allow me to carry on. I have to come clean. Well, what's the point of saying it in the first place? But I suppose maybe, in the heat of the moment sometimes you just,
Right.
and then you feel bad. So maybe that's it. Well, we're back into a break now. When we come back, we're going to ensure that the telephone lines are still open for you, and make sure you answer those questions really, really quickly, because we're just about to close those lines. So before we take you to the break, let's give you a little notice from one of our sponsors, Infinity Color Shop.
Okay. We are going to demonstrate our product on a piece of cement board. Now, you know, cement board is something that's very dusty, so before we apply the primer, we have to wipe down. And then we apply our primer, the first coat, to ensure that we seal the cement board. Okay. The next step, we're going to allow that to dry about 5 minutes, and then first to apply the Easy Clean. Now I'll finish the first coat of priming. Now first to put the top coat, we have to let it dry for at least 15 minutes.